not want to be in that loser's bracket, one of the most stacked events of the year.
Certainly not in this particular pool either. I mean, that one's a death pool for sure. We can talk about it later, but the first thing we got to do is we've got to talk about the match. And personally, I'm glad that Headshot is playing the best Dark Samus ult, and it's the one that makes her look like a beastly baseball.
Absolutely. Now, Pokemon Stadium 2 is going to be the pick. Mythra coming out right at the beginning, as we're used to seeing from the Aegis. Mythra actually dominating the neutral side of the match right at the beginning, and then you have Pyra actually clean it up. You need to be careful, though, because he has been missing a couple of those techs, and Headshot is going to punish you for them.
And definitely already looking for the big reads right off the bat, which is something that you're allowed to do, right? Test your opponent and see what are they going to let you get away with. The obvious stuff or just the exceedingly crazy things that you wouldn't expect to see firsthand, especially from a Dark Samus, right? We already see Headshot sort of subverting the expectation of, oh, Samus is just a character that runs into the corner and charges charge shot, but not so in this case. Headshot is aggressive.
Yeah, he's one of the most aggressive players that we have on the island as well. Coincidentally, most of the players that we have on our tops are going to be Pac-Man, Samus, and Robin, and most of them are pretty much supposed to be zoning characters, but our players just like to go up close and personal whenever they have the opportunity. Now, a precarious situation, as we're seeing Mythra actually kind of come out and start sharking back and forth the Dark Samus. There's really not much you can do to this point, especially since you has been constantly just trying to get every single angle possible, and Headshot is looking like a deer in headlights.
And I love that you just immediately goes for the up throw, too, because he's like, well, I literally juggled you for 45 seconds straight, so why not go for some more? And in the end, that really works out. This is another really big boon that Aegis has in this matchup, is that Mythra especially just juggles floaty characters forever, and when they don't have great air drift, it makes it all the better for her. Headshot will turn it around, though, into that first stock with the up throw. Has not been uncomfortable playing at that close range. I love the idea behind that missile to chase on the ground, but you was ready.
Yeah, a lot of time by Mythra as well, not enough Pyra, and I believe it's because, like you mentioned, Komona, he really likes this matchup overall when it comes to neutral stage, advantage and disadvantage. It's going to be a little difficult to actually get that KO if you don't get that clean hit, but nevertheless, if you keep juggling them, eventually it's going to come out true.
162 on the Samus, though, switching to the Pyra, and that Blazing End nearly got him, but Headshot staying maneuverable out there, using the maneuverability of just that bomb drop to get around it, but does finally go down to that back air, and Yu has been sticking to Headshot like glue.
Yeah, surviving to 174% is actually good by Headshot, but again, Yu has been moving back and forth overall and just going to send him upwards. That, and we're seeing a little bit of the minigame that Mythra has. Can you land versus Mythra? Headshot winning the game that time, not lasting too much, but now edge guard situations are going to come out. Not quite going to be able to punish the up special with the Nair. So a precarious situation by Headshot. Now it's his turn to try to juggle.
And that's going to be a really big thing for Samus. We've seen Yu be very happy to try to jump up into the air to get things started, particularly go for juggles. But when things turn around, Samus is also really, really good at that game. And here comes the Samus ledge trap. So scary, and a misspaced recovery will let Headshot get a very solid lead here.
So far, so good by Headshot. He has been doing a better job of avoiding those juggles on the air. But as soon as we get a situation where he actually starts ledge trapping, he is taking some more damage in. You might start considering to use Pyra a little earlier than usual, Komona.
Oh,
as we're seeing
goodness.
right now, just responding back with that forward smash, a differential of 31% of extra credit.
You literally could not have called it better, because the instant you said that, out comes the Pyra for the surprise forward smash and the surprise stock, and getting a little bit greedy going for his second one. If he did two-frame, that would have been crazy, but now Headshots turn that into a massive lead, and now you're an Aegis main trying to recover, and that is not the place you want to be. Headshot with 15 uninterrupted seconds of absolute beauty.
Doing a really good job. Headshot was recognition on the side special by the Mythra, actually going for the down air to set up the juggle situation. And again, we're seeing that from a lot of players, anticipating the defensive option before throwing out any type of move. It's good recognition by the players themselves, and just like that, Headshot takes the first one.
I gotta ask, is that Puerto Rico I'm hearing out in
the
the crowd
Puerto
right
Rico.
now?
Yes,
I
it
gotta
is.
know.
Yes, it is. Vamos, Headshot! Gotta throw that out. Gotta throw out the bias a little bit in between the sets, Kimona, because
Hey,
otherwise I'm gonna get flack from Twitch chat.
I can't blame you. I literally cannot blame you because this is from your home country. Your home country's traveled out here to take some names, and Headshot has certainly done that. He has landed that headshot up to his name. Game 2 will go to Town and City as he has the 1-0 lead, and you is going to have to look to respond to an incredibly dominant final stock.
Yeah, but so far really good, and I really like the placings of the platforms for Town and City, especially for Pyra and Mythra, but mostly because of Yu's offense as well. We have seen constant juggles back and forth. That's going to be the kill overall, and just like that. So platform placings are actually doing a great job for you and getting that beautiful down air onto off smash combinations, and now it's Headshot's turn to actually respond back.
Headshot will have to get the head in the game, right? Kind of had the heads lost in the clouds a little bit there at the beginning of the game, too, because that was the combo out of the footstool. And if you're aware that's something you're looking out for, I don't think it's going to see something you see from you again, but that is exactly the stock he needed to take the lead. And now you're Aegis playing with the lead. You can really start to shut down that Samus.
Yeah, but the difficulty that he's going to have on this time around is because the platforms are actually located on the outside.
Oh, do it again.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I saw the Lightning Buster earlier. I thought we were absolutely going to see it happen again from you on that platform. Who parries that forward or gets caught by the last hit, but a great switch to Pyra gives him a recovery. It's only but for a moment, though, his headshot right back into things.
Yeah, 105% of extra credit by Mythra. Yu is looking pretty good so far. Prominence Revolt is going to come out. Up smash is actually going to hit with the down throw afterwards. You know, a lot of flack comes away on the way of Samus mains because up smash doesn't really work.
And not a functional move.
It's definitely not. Nevertheless, you actually with 134% advantage. So far, so good on him. Actually trying to respond back using up specials. Actually get him out of the way.
Yeah, popping that recovery early, expecting you to go off and go for an aggressive edge guard with Samus having no jump. But I love that you actually just stayed patient on stage, waited for a big opportunity like that. Speaking of opportunities, Headshot had one, almost took it into a stock, and you, that was
my God.
too close. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Absolutely out of nowhere with the photon edge, and even Headshot smiling a little bit. He's like, all right, you know what, bro, you got that one. You got that one.
Okay, you got to make sure to ban Town and City next time, Headshot. I'm just saying, because God, it was really good play by you from the get-go. Recognizing when the platforms were going to be favorable to this matchup. We've seen the sharking constantly in the juggle situations throughout the entirety of Game 1 and Game 2. He knows where he needs to go and actually get those placings. Beautiful recognition by you. Let's see where he's going to counterpick now, though. FD is definitely out of the question.
Can't
not
let
fight him.
take
You
it
can't let him take you to FD. I would think maybe small battlefield would be an option, either that or Kalos, because the platforms are actually going to be further away and you have more survivability. So let's see what's going to happen now. Actually, small battlefield is going to be the pick.
Small battlefield, just like you called. Yeah, Samus gets a great combo game here. And I think one of the key things compared to Pokemon Stadium 2, one thing that Samus does like is having a lot of space to play with. PS2 offers that. But what we've also seen is we've seen you being very happy to just go for a lot of really long juggles. And what Headshot can do here is just say, okay, I'm in a juggle situation. I'm just going to drift all the way back over to the ledge and just take a few % to get over there. I'll be at the ledge, but that's fine. The big thing for Headshot, though, is going to be this combo game. On small battlefield, you have to take it a long way, and it is to the tune of 83%.
Yeah, responding back, similar situation to what we saw in Game 2, but in reverse this time, as Headshot continues to maintain that offensive options. Now Mythra is going to start racking up the damage on his own. We're seeing the juggle situations one more time. Come on, at 58% onto Samus. A really good job actually anticipating a little bit of an offensive situation by Headshot. That's why we're seeing the down air come out by the Pyra, responding back with the up air for 136%. Ooh. And the last bit of the up air actually setting up, so first stock by Headshot.
Phenomenal call out there by Headshot, too. Remember what I was talking about earlier, right? We're on small battlefield. You can just kind of choose to drift to the ledge and escape a juggle. You got really, really greedy trying to circumvent that whole circumstance, and, man, Headshot called him out for it with that up air, and now getting to play with a really big lead. They get the chance to maintain that all the way to the end of the game, but you've got something to say about that. Yeah,
so far so good. Like you mentioned before, the drift back, especially with the bombs as your Dark Samus, is going to be very important to avoid the offense that Yu's going to throw out. So 87% now onto him, so that's good extra credit by Headshot. He needs to be careful and maintain that offense, as we're seeing almost the down air getting that spike situation, tossing him to the side. We're probably going to see an up special coming out by the Mythra. And Yu's having a little bit of trouble when it comes to recovery. Nevertheless, the up smash is not quite going to do it.
Just can't find the way to take the stock just yet. Headshot putting the pressure on that platform, and a second
Oh
up
my
smash.
God!
Again, that move.
This
is
does not
functional.
work.
It does not work.
It doesn't work!
You says, let me show you one that does.
And you can see Headshot actually laughing right in the corner of your screen.
Like, why did I have faith?
Oh my God, but the back air is gonna be enough to actually take it. The crowd goes wild on our side. 11% onto Headshot with a 1-stock lead, but this is you we're talking about, and a juggle can change this in an instant.
It definitely needs an explosive stock, though. We saw a couple in that game, too, but may not have the opportunity to get something huge on small battlefield. Does get the forward smash and caught the jump, too. No, actually, Headshot holding on to it. Incredibly good discipline right there, and that may have just saved the game for Headshot.
Actually, good recognition on him as well. Actually, like you mentioned, saving those recovery options are going to be pivotal for when fighting against Aegis overall. So another similar situation on the edge guards. Zare's going to come out, 83%, tossing him right onto the outside. The bombs are going to drop, and the Nair is going to seal the deal for the Samus main. Puerto Rico advancing onto the next round of winners side. And you just was there in a hurry as we're seeing the flag actually coming out.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing the boys right there. Headshot in the smiles. I wish I was there joining them, but nevertheless, I'm going to hold down the fort with my great friend Kimona. Really good job there, and hopefully we can see more of Headshot throughout the tournament.
I think that we definitely are. The entire crowd right behind him, just such a beautiful shot right there. And, of course, I mean, Headshot demonstrating some amazing gameplay. Great adaptation after that game, too, right? Recognized, you know, like, stayed mentally strong and recognized, okay, those were a couple of stocks where I probably shouldn't have been hit by any of those things, frankly. And so after that, right, just solidified everything in that game 3 on small battlefield. Just looked so unstoppable. I mean, that was a hot set.
Yeah, it was really, really good. From both sides, the momentum shift was actually drastic from the beginning of the game. And we saw actually Headshot dominating the first game, and then you just went and tore it up on game.